Rachel Reeves is under extreme pressure at this moment in time. I mean, the economy is in dire straits, and that is no secret. In today's video, we will be discussing why Starmer has thrown her under the bus, and why we believe, and many other inside sources believe, the writing is on the wall. Before we get into the video, please do hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and join our fast-growing community. It seems safe to say that by now, we all know Keir Starmer quite well. We've figured him out. We've got his number. The man is as transparent as they come when it comes to his pattern of behaviour. When Starmer speaks, you can almost guarantee that what he says is a smokescreen for what he truly means. He's one of the most slippery, two-faced and scheming politicians Britain has seen in a long time. Yet, despite his efforts, he's just not clever enough to keep it hidden. This is the same man who's made a career out of breaking promises and walking back on his word. Let's take a stroll down memory lane, shall we? He assured pensioners relying on winter fuel allowances that they were safe with Labour under his watch. What did he do once in power? He stripped it from them. He stood side by side with the WASPy women, campaigning for justice over their stolen pensions. And then? He turned his back on them. He looked voters square in the eyes and promised that Labour would not raise taxes. Fast forward, and here we are, higher taxes under his government. Now, the latest casualty in Starmer's political chess game is none other than his supposed ally, Rachel Reeves. She's his number 3, just behind Angela Rayner, whose fiery reputation as Deputy Prime Minister precedes her. Rachel, however, is the Chancellor of the Exchequer, the woman tasked with managing the nation's finances. Downing Street recently announced that Rachel Reeves will remain Chancellor until the next general election. On the surface, that might sound like a vote of confidence, but knowing Keir Starmer as we do, it's practically a death sentence for her political career. The writing is on the wall. He's getting ready to throw her under the proverbial bus. She'll be scapegoated for everything that goes wrong, and Starmer will use her downfall to save himself. Let's face it, she's given him plenty of ammunition. From allegations of CV fraud and her debunked claims of being a chess champion to having her credit card suspended, this is the person overseeing the nation's finances. On top of that, she misled the public about a so-called £22 billion black hole in the budget, something Labour still hasn't provided evidence for. And let's not forget the plagiarism allegations surrounding her book. Starmer doesn't need much more of an excuse. When he finally pushes her out, it'll be spun as a necessary move for the good of the party. Remember what happened with Kwasi Kwarteng under Liz Truss. His ill-fated budget helped sink her premiership, lasting just 49 days. Perhaps history will repeat itself, and Rachel Reeves's budgetary decisions will drag Starmer down with her. One can only hope. Starmer's announcement that Reeves is doing a fantastic job and has his full confidence is, of course, the kiss of death. The louder the praise, the closer she is to being shown the door. It's classic Starmer, calculated and self-serving. And while this drama unfolds, it conveniently distracts from the endless scandals plaguing Labour. From party officials being convicted of wrongdoing to councillors embroiled in controversies, it's clear that Starmer's team is doing damage control on multiple fronts. So, there you have it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Is Rachel Reeves's political career about to end in flames? Does this signal deeper issues within Labour, or is it just Starmer doing what Starmer does best, looking out for himself? What are your thoughts on this, and will Starmer fire Rachel Reeves? Let me know in the comments. In other news, a former BBC presenter has warned that the licence fee will not last in its current form, as the broadcaster grapples with plummeting income. Roger Bolton told the media that the BBC's income has declined by approximately 38% since 2010, resulting in reduced on-screen content. His comments come as Culture Secretary Lisa Nandy is thought to be considering plans to scrap the BBC TV licence fee by the end of 2027, replacing it with funding from general taxation. Bolton said, "It's still up to government to decide how and where the money will come from. So I think there are a lot of people who are attracted by the idea of being able to tell the BBC not to spend as much on their presenters and so on, but when you work it out, I don't think it's worked out properly." The fundamental problem is that the BBC's income has gone down about 38% since 2010. This is why you see much less on screen. The number of people who don't want to pay the license fee has also gone up because there's so much increasing. It's a double squeeze. The proposals would see the abolition of the annual fee when the corporation's current charter expires in December 2027. Whitehall sources suggested Nandi has concluded the license fee must go, though final decisions have not yet been reached. Lisa does not believe that the license fee is financially sustainable, one source told the Sunday Times. The Culture Secretary and BBC Director General Tim Davie are said to have held initial talks about the broadcaster's future in December. The annual TV licence fee is set to increase by £5 to £174.50 this April. The fee will continue to rise in line with inflation each year until 2027, following an agreement made in 2022. This comes after the charge was frozen for 2 years at £159 before being increased. Nandi previously promised an honest national conversation about the broadcaster's long-term future and confirmed the licence fee would be maintained until the end of the current charter period. The government has also pledged to extend support for vulnerable households, potentially doubling the number benefiting from payment assistance to 500,000 by 2027. The BBC faces what sources describe as a perfect storm of challenges. These include falling income from the licence fee and younger viewers increasingly turning to alternative platforms. Lastly, Meghan Markle has been praised for her easy decision, as an insider made their stance clear on Netflix's delay. The Duchess of Sussex postponed the release of her new Netflix series With Love due to the devastating wildfires in Los Angeles. The show, originally scheduled to debut on January 15th, will now premiere on March 4th, as Meghan focuses on supporting those affected by the fires in her home state. An industry insider has defended Meghan's decision to delay the show, telling people it was an easy choice, driven by genuine concern. I don't think she could imagine putting out a show centered on joy and hosting when so many people in her home state no longer have homes to host people in, the insider revealed. The source also addressed critics, questioning the Duchess's motives. I think it's sad that critics are saying she's only doing this to avoid the fires overshadowing her show. We're all human, and we're dealing with a catastrophe. What are your thoughts on what we discussed in today's video? Let me know down in the comment section below. If you've not yet already, make sure you do drop a like on this video and subscribe to the channel.